Willkommen zurück zu einer neuen Folge von Sam & Max.
You now have approximately 2,000 clones remaining before your 10,000 clone tune-up.
Okay. Sehr schön. Ist hier noch irgendwas Interessantes? Außer Max, den will ich die Gegend schmeißen? Nö. Ah. Da ist aber noch was.
Cloning facility status.
You'd think a multi-bazillion-dollar facility like this could afford something a little snazzier than a chintzy scrolly sign.
Nice kitchenette.
You gotta love a mastermind who keeps the coffee flowing.
Ja. Da waren wir.
Clone cooker DNA input receptacle.
Yikes!
Looks like our mysterious clone master doesn't want anyone messing with their cloning recipe.
Okay.
Neat. Unexplained wriggly things.
Don't get too close, Max. They may look silly, but those tentacles are oozing with painful eldritch magics.
That must be serious. You almost never use magics with a K.
Paperwaite conjured a bunch of these things back at the museum. He must be involved somehow.
Das stimmt allerdings. So viele Tunnel. Well constructed.
Extra virgin protein fluid. They're empty.
Yeah, that's what... as the bishop once... You know what's... I got nothing.
Was haben wir sonst noch?
Look, Max. Free health, ammo, cupcakes, clues, and enlightenment. Oh, wait. It's empty.
Oh, verdammt. Jetzt ein bisschen Munition. Okay.
I wonder what's down this tunnel.
There's
Einfach
only
mal
5
rein.
or 6 ways to find out.
Well, let's take the one that doesn't involve explosives or time travel.
Spoil sport.
Well, here we are, back in the Museum of Mostly Natural History. And look, Paperwaite's office. Maybe he can tell us what's going on with all these Sams.
Wenn nicht da nochmal...
It's locked.
Yeah, but at least there aren't a bicycle of eldritch tentacles guarding it anymore.
I don't think bicycle is the group word for tentacles, Max.
Just a minute! Wait, you fool! Oh, sorry. Oh, it's you.
We've got some questions.
Dr. Norrington and I could not give 3 rotten figs for your questions. We've got important work to do. Good day.
But
I said good day, sir.
Well, I never.
Oh. Na gut, wir können es ja noch mal rein teleportieren, oder? Oder?
Let's see. Foot, snake, squiggle, squiggle, bird. Done.
We probably should have guessed that one.
Okay. Gut zu wissen.
Still remember the code?
I'll have you know I've got a mind like a steel tramp.
Trap.
Really? Huh. A steel tramp would be a lot more fun in a bum fight.
Don't look at me!
Oh, come on. You're not that ugly.
You don't understand. Human minds aren't equipped to comprehend.
Hey, Sam, there's a guy in here.
Oha.
I'm impressed. Most humans are driven incurably insane by the mere glimpse of my unspeakable visage.
Yeah, well, no offense, but we get more unspeakable visages in our convention swag.
So you're the mysterious Dr. Norrington?
I am known by many names. gods. Among them, Yorker, elder fiend of the dark dimension.
I'm so surprised.
Shocking, true, but not nearly as shocking as the horrific truths I suspect I must now reveal.
Na dann erzähl doch mal.
What do you have to say about all those creepy tentacles we found in the cloning chamber?
Tentacles?
Yeah, like the ones your boy Paperwaite summoned in the museum last night.
Cthulhu's wattle!
Ooh, I'm using that.
Only one such as myself can summon the Cilia of Torment. Whoever's controlling your clones must be awash in the forces of the dark dimension.
Did you really just say awash?
The only thing that can properly vanquish matter from the dark dimension is the Chthonic Destroyer.
Dann erzähl doch mal. Klingt ja schon sehr aufregend.
What's the Chthonic Destroyer?
Is it pointy?
The Chthonic Destroyer is the ultimate psychic toy. A weapon so terrible that it was once used to drive the Elder Gods themselves back to their home in the Dark Dimension.
Ah, look, that mole man is smiting an army.
Mind if we hold on to this?
Sam's got a thing for illuminated manuscripts.
If it will help you find the Chthonic Destroyer, yes, of course.
Thanks. I'll try to keep Max from drawing dirty pictures in the margins. Can the destroyer be used against those tentacles?
The Destroyer is proof against anything from the Dark Dimension. Me, the tentacles, the toy box.
Sam, we gotta get one of these things.
You'll have to find the hidden, giggling realm of skittering ingestion if you wish to find the Destroyer.
Okay.
Do you know anything about all these handsome brutes that are stealing toys throughout the city?
The clones are meaningless.
And chubby.
Hey!
But if they are truly stealing toys, then their master may be attempting to gather a complete collection of the toys of power.
Collect all 1,024. Impress your friends.
And destroy the entirety of existence as we know it. You've already borne witness to the damage that can be wrought when the Devil's Toy Box is mostly full. If the box is completely engorged, its power will tear down the walls of reality itself.
So, aside from tearing apart reality, anything else you think we should know about the Plague of Me?
Only that they should seriously consider a gym membership.
Warum nicht?
Hold the phone. You're Yog-Sothoth, the world-shattering elder god?
You look like something my non-existent cat coughed up.
Curb your tongue, rabbit!
No, Paperwaite, the Naked One is right. This debased form is a pathetic shadow of my former glory. Long before the dawn of man, my kind was sovereign over this dimension and countless others. We welcome the development of sentient life, drinking deeply from your bottomless well springs of terror, and also your succulent hairy flesh.
Ew.
For untold eons, we lapped at the perpetual buffet of your horror and worship, until powerful forces rallied to drive us back to the dark dimension.
Forces?
Primitive hybrids somehow impervious to our powers. You know them as mole men.
Get out of here.
Yes, that's exactly what they ordered us to do.
You know, it's a lot harder to take you prehistoric elder gods seriously, now that I know you were banished by a bunch of mole men.
Scoff if you must, but the mole people were much more powerful before they were genetically marginalized by the cruel twists of evolution.
Just like Uncle Billy.
So, should I call you Yog-Sothoth or Norrington?
Call me Dr. Norrington. When uttered by your mortal tongues, my true name sounds disturbingly like our term for number 2.
You should hear him say nuclear.
You and Paperwaite seem to know a lot about that Devil's Toy Box that everybody keeps stealing.
The Devil's Toy Box. Ha! You should be so lucky.
What are you talking about?
The Toy Box is of a power far greater than that of your primitive gods and devils. It is the property of my grandson, Junior.
Junior?
Yes, Junior, the youngest and most horrible of the Elder Gods. His birthing wail shattered the supercontinent of Pangea. His first steps sunk the proto-civilizations of Subarctica.
Junior?
In an effort to stop my rampaging grandchild from destroying the Omniverse, I brought many of my precious childhood keepsakes over from the Dark Dimension to keep Junior distracted and entertained, as well as a box to contain their frightening power.
Junior?
Unfortunately, when the Elder Gods were banished to the Dark Dimension, Junior's toy box was lost during the move. And in the millennia since, he just will not stop whining about it.
Junior?
It's a lot scarier if you've got the requisite complement of larynxes to pronounce it correctly.
So why have the 1.5 of you been trying to get your hands on the toy box all these years?
To destroy it!
But why? It's got all those cool toys that make my brain tingle and my ears all fuzzy.
The toys of power were never meant for mortal hands. For the sake of all that exists, they must be returned to the toy box and annihilated.
You're not gonna take my toys, are you?
Not yet. Your chaotic mastery of the toys of power may yet prove useful in defeating the master of these blasphemous portly canines.
I didn't see Sal out there.
Ah, yes, poor Sal. He resigned after the incident with General Stun-k'afe's men.
Any idea where he is now?
I'm sure he left a forwarding number in his resignation letter, but I'm afraid I've lost track of it. There's a lot on my table right now.
You sure you don't know where Sal is?
No, but you're welcome to have a look around.
So how did gigantic behemoth of an elder god like you get stuck in panty waste anyway?
Papierwaite!
Silence! Several decades ago, Monsieur Paperweight foolishly attempted to summon me to this plane of existence.
Yeah, we, may have heard something about that.
Paperweight's infantile conjurings were doomed to failure, but the uncanny power of your grandsire's brain somehow managed to extrude an infinitesimally tiny fraction of my essence into this dimension. It became fused with Paperweight's unsettlingly hairless and ladylike torso.
We've spent the better part of a century trying to retrieve the toy box and send the great Yog-Sothoth home.
And we would have succeeded last night if you hadn't lost your temper over that slobbering space ape.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
Stay put. We'll probably have more questions later.
Your kind always does.
So viel dann dazu.
Say, Papercut, mind if we take a closer look at your journal?
I promise to laugh at your bad poetry and schoolboy crushes.
No!
I'm afraid I must concur with my host. Paperweight's journal contains all the spells we'll eventually need to destroy the toy box and send me home.
Gut zu wissen.
Can we borrow this?
You most certainly may not. It is so fragile that the slightest breeze destroy it.
But
The scroll is meaningless.
Whee!
So, was hatten wir noch gehabt?
hey, Yagi, what's this map all about anyway?
Paperweight and I have been attempting to locate spots where the membranes between our worlds are the weakest, so that I can be sent home with as little fuss as possible.
That's awfully polite for an elder god who savors the taste of human misery.
Age has mellowed me.
Oh, ja.
Cats. I hate those guys.
Na klar.
Can we keep this?
No, it will only distract you from your true goal. Besides, I like to gaze upon it for sentimental reasons.
Dann haben wir hier erstmal alles.
A trash can.
My psychic clue sense is tingling.
No, I can't stand looking at you when you dig through garbage.
No time to indulge your delicate sensibilities, Sam. Look!
What is it?
Hey, I just find the clues. And besides, I seem to have temporarily lost my ability to read.
A disturbing side effect of your psychic abilities?
Nah, I just can't be bothered.
Ja, das wahrscheinlich auch. Okay, was war das jetzt? Ah.
It's a letter from our old pal Sal, resigning from his job at the museum.
Should a 6-foot-tall cockroach really be putting himself out on the job market in this economy?
Maybe we should ask him. He left a forwarding number.
Sweet!
Ah, da können wir uns ja dann hin teleportieren. Praktisch. Bin mal gespannt, was er jetzt hat als neue Arbeitsstelle.
Well, there's Sal.
And a bunch of doppelgangers.
Seems like those Sam show more respect for our role than we do.
Well, that was awfully convenient. Sam?
Okay.
Hey, look, Max. It's our old friend Charlie Hotep.
Get it away! Get it away!
Come on, Max. He'll give you cool ventriloquism powers, just like your great-grandpa Maximus had in olden times.
Fine, I'll do it for the powers. But for the record, I want to make it clear that I find Charlie Hotep, like all ventriloquist dummies, completely creepy and disgusting.
So are you, but you don't see me getting skittish about it.
Sehr gut, dann testen wir das doch direkt mal aus, oder? Was haben wir denn sonst noch?
Attention, dog clones! Buster Blaster has many toys of power deep within his encasement, and you cannot have them!
Toys. Toys?
Sehr gut, dann habt mal viel Spaß da. Eine Möwe.
Sal.
Sam and Max, what brings you guys down to the warehouse district?
All the usual. Mystery, intrigue.
The roar of the grease paint, the smell of the crowd.
So ungefähr.
So you gave up your cushy job at the museum for this?
You bet. That museum gig was getting dangerous. What with all the fires, the slimy tentacles, and the gorilla pummelings. I'm just not cut out for a life of excitement like that.
What exactly are you doing out here anyway?
Oh, I've got a great job stacking crates. Doesn't pay much, but it's way less violent. At least it was until those guys came along.
What's in those crates?
Beats me. As long as there's nothing in these babies that keep me from stacking them, I could give a Junebug's behind about what's in them, you know?
How are you coping with all these Sam clones?
Is that what they are? I thought they might be some of your skinnier, less inhibited cousins from over in the village.
So my clones haven't been hassling you?
A little, but I don't seem to have whatever it is they're looking for.
Oh.
Stack on, good buddy.
You know it, Sam.
I really like Sal, Sam. It'd be a shame if he got sucked into the undertow of the mayhem and destruction that follows us around like an awestruck teenager.
What the hell are you talking about, Max? It's locked.
Yeah, these warehouses usually don't open until like 5 or 6 in the morning.
So. Können wir jetzt eigentlich mal... Können wir sie wieder hier hinlocken, oder? Geht das?
Hey, doppelgangers! It's me, Max! I'm in this warehouse with all sorts of juicy psychic toys.
Toys?
Toys.
Schön. So, Automat, wie geht's dir?
Hey, it's our noisy old friend Bluster Blaster.
More like a barely tolerated acquaintance.
You look like Chum, old chum.
Sam! Max! What are you doing in Vegas?
Oh, boy.
Say, you wouldn't happen to know anything about all these Sam clones running around, would you?
Those are real?
Yeah?
Holy Mother of God!
I think that's a no.
What happened to you?
Yeah, we thought you were in Vegas helping Bosco count cards and pick up showgirls.
Maximum failure!
Why?
Counting cards out loud!
Yeah, the dealers tend to notice things like that.
Need any help?
No, thank you! I'll just sit here until my shields regenerate!
Do you know what happened to Bosco?
Bosco stayed in Vegas to pay off debt to casino!
Cleaning tables?
Male stripper!
Ew.
Interesting.
Left letter to give to Mama!
Dear Mama, guess what? I met a girl. So it looks like I'll be staying in Vegas a little bit longer than originally planned. Please take care of the store while I'm away. Love, Bosco.
P.S. Could you wire me about $20,000?
Worst Bosco impression ever!
Mind if we deliver this to Mama Bosco?
Take it! I never want anything to do with Bosco ever again!
Ja, scheinbar haben sie, glaube ich, echt den Synchronsprecher nicht mehr gekriegt von Bosco. Oder der wollte halt nicht mehr.
Do you think you'll rejoin the cops now that your Vegas adventure is over?
That portion of my life is terminated!
Okay,
See you, Buster.
I have become death!
dann schauen wir doch mal, wie es hier weitergeht. Erstmal eine Folgenpause. Vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen. Ich hoffe, ihr hattet Spaß. Seid beim nächsten Mal wieder mit dabei.
Looks like my clones have already picked this pile of junk clean.
Und ja, mal schauen, was es sonst noch gibt. Danke fürs Zuschauen. Bis dahin, macht's gut und ciao, ciao.